Well, we got some details on the new basketball league that is coming that is funded by a public investment group from Saudi Arabia. Did a video yesterday. Nika Agumake, she signed what is believed to be a pretty good sizable deal. No figures have come out on it as of yet. By the way, she's the WNBA PA, Players Union President. And yeah, it is in here that this was done partially as a tactic in the direction of the WNBA.
The basketball world just blew apart. Jake B is offering WNBA players multi-million-dollar salaries. Caitlin Clark actually has an offer that may make her richer than most NBA players. From a single overseas season, we are talking about generational wealth. After Saudi Arabia's project recently arrived and wrote a blank check, everyone in sports is going crazy over the money associated with Caitlin's name. In all honesty, this is the worst nightmare the WNBA has ever had. So, what do you think? Should Caitlin accept the money and leave the WNBA, or should she stay? Post a comment and let me know right away.
Which is offering players serious money. It's not really scandalous money, but it's not. It says here, it's offering players $2 million plus per year. Apparently, the star player contracts start at $2 million. Not the $200K that they had in Unrivaled, the $2 million. They are paying $10.
The Middle East doesn't play around when it comes to sports. These people bought entire football leagues. The top names in golf were captured by them. They're here to play hoops. The Grand Canyon is now shallower than their coffers. Not a joke. And you know what's at the top of their shopping list? That's Caitlin Clark, yes. This is the same woman who brought women's basketball to the attention of even casual fans, full stadiums, and overloaded streaming services. Project B isn't playing around here at all. Figures between 50 million and perhaps there are reports of 100 million. There are even rumors of $1 billion deal. Yes, you heard properly, $1 billion with a capital B. These days, it doesn't even matter if something is just media hype or completely true. It's a very clear message. They want Caitlin and will do whatever it takes to get her.
Project B officials have said the 66 players who they want for their league. So there's 66 players that they are targeting. I wonder who those 66 players could possibly be. The format calls for 6 teams of 11 women each will receive larger salaries than those currently offered by the WNBA. While the financial specifics haven't been disclosed, the potential of more lucrative compensation comes at an important moment for women's professional basketball. This article is already covered.
There must be a lot of heart palpitations in the WNBA right now. Caitlin's rookie contract pays her very nothing compared to her actual worth. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia is actually backing a Brinks truck up to her door. But here's the issue. There are other factors at play here besides money. Here, respect is at stake. It has to do with value. The intention is to show the world how valuable women's basketball actually is. Let's be honest for a moment. When a wealthy person decides to make an investment, the WNBA has underpaid its stars for a long time. These women have been counseled to simply establish their brands gradually, understand the economics, and exercise patience. Before Caitlin Clark steps up, fills arenas, and breaks viewership records, everyone suddenly realizes how important women's basketball has always been. In other words, the league declined to pay for it. At this point, Project B steps in and says, hey, we'll pay what she's actually worth. Honestly, the haughtiness is astounding.
Seen. In the middle of the craziest negotiations for a new CBA, the president has now signed with another league who promotes their league as the rival league to the WNBA.
The interesting thing is that it gets even more fascinating when you think about it. Mega OWA Mikai has already signed a contract. Yes, the WNBA Players Association president. That is not a coincidence, people. That is merely a tactic. They grab the woman who knows every player's wants, complaints, and what it would take to get them to give up. It is comparable to appointing the opposing general to lead your own army. It's really clever, to be honest.
phone that says Neko Gumake becomes the first player known to join new Project B League in Europe and Asia. Neko Gumake, the president of the WNBPA, in the middle of these CBA negotiations where literally everything is on fire right now in the world of women's basketball. Everything is burning. Neka is announced as the very first player who will be joining this league that not only is a league that runs during the offseason, but they have marketed themselves as a league that will rival the WNBA. It's a 5v5.
Executives, Skype co-founders, and even WNBA champions like Candace Parker and Elena Dea Dawn. This is not a one-season business that will go out of business. These people are quite serious about stuff. They plan to start holding competitions in Asia, Europe, and Latin America in November after raising $5 billion. $5 billion. Permit me to clarify that for those in the back. $5 billion. The WNBA doesn't have a lot of money overall. Not even close. This money comes from the Middle East. We are talking about the sum of money that enables them to make a decision on Tuesday to buy a league and ensure that it is completely funded by Wednesday. The sum of money being offered to Caitlin Clark. $100 million is one additional line item in the budget. Now let's talk about the consequences for Caitlin specifically in the context of women's basketball. She is already the most famous person. Her WNBA salary is pitiful compared to her actual value, even though she has more sponsorships, shoe deals, and media attention than the majority of NBA players. She can actually be paid what she is worth. Many thanks to executives, Skype co-founders, and even WNBA champions like Candace Parker and Elena Dea Dawn. This is not a one-season business that will go out of business. These people are quite serious about stuff. They plan to start holding competitions in Asia, Europe, and Latin America in November after raising $5 billion. $5 billion. Permit me to clarify that for those in the back. $5 billion. The WNBA doesn't have a lot of money overall. Not even close. This money comes from the Middle East. We are talking about the sum of money that enables them to Project B, what the free market determines her value, not what some antiquated league structure says she should earn. And before anyone begins discussing loyalty, let's pause for a moment. Loyalty is a two-way street, right? Was the WNBA still dedicated to these women after decades of paying them poverty wages? Was the league loyal when players had to travel overseas every summer to pay for housing? Loyalty does not pay bills or provide wealth for future generations. Using just one think about what NA has to offer. She has taken involved in a lot of negotiations. She is well aware of the athletes who are unhappy with their current situation. She knows a lot of people who are tired of working in questionable conditions overseas to make a decent life. She is really knowledgeable about everything. She works at the competition right now. The WNBA must be completely terrified right now. Project B does more than just allocate money at random. Among their investors are former Facebook employees. Contract, Saudi Arabia is providing Caitlin with the chance to permanently establish her complete family. But the critics are already out in full force. They contend that she should stay in the US, that she owes the WNBA money, and that it is wrong for her to accept money from outside sources. But when NBA players ink deals with Chinese shoe companies or when the league made special efforts to please overseas markets, these same people said nothing. However, a moral conundrum has emerged now that women's basketball has options that it's astounding how hypocritical they are. These are some common misconceptions concerning the Middle East's approach to sports investment. They don't intend to lose money by doing this. They are doing this in order to diversify their economy, develop their worldwide brand, and become significant participants in international sports. Cristiano Ronaldo and other players were brought to their league by them. They used golf to accomplish this, starting League Golf and stealing the biggest stars on the PGA. They are starting with women's basketball because they recognize its unrealized potential. For the WNBA, the timing couldn't be worse that they're trying to work out a new media rights deal right now. Many thanks to Caitlin. The number of attendees has grown dramatically, and they are currently accelerating. Then Project B shows up and threatens to steal the league's greatest players at a time when they are most needed. It's like seeing someone spend hours constructing a sandcastle just to have it completely destroyed by a huge wave. Let's talk about the other players for a moment. Angel Ree, who has had a significant impact.
Please remember to like, subscribe, and enable all notifications if you have watched this far and found the video entertaining.